Ladies and gentlemen, American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. We want you to be oracles, not reeky, dizzy-eyed rogues. Shakespeare insult of the day. Well, Joe Biden signed yesterday an executive order after 3.5 years claiming he couldn't sign executive orders, you all know. And he signs an executive order, and then after 2,500 come in a day, then they stop it. So 2 million more will come in. I mean, it's a joke. This guy reversed every executive order that Trump had in place protecting the border, and he did it on his first day in office. Then he just undid it all. According to Speaker Johnson, it's not 8 million. It's more like 18 million people have been let in this country. I did a Facebook Live about it. Check it out. I mean, but this is just more outrageous stuff. You know what? You, the American public, voters, vote for career political hacks. And then we get what we get instead of problem solvers like Trump. I don't care if you're a suburban housewife. You know, this is what you get when you vote for this kind of crap. You know, it's just political gangsterism at its best. And I love reminding everybody is, all of you 4th Congressional District folks, remember, Thomas Massie called Trump's border wall unconstitutional, voted against all Trump's attempts to close the border. Massie did. What's Massie do? Uses the franking privilege, does a mailer saying he's tough on the border, does a TV commercial with Rand Paul saying he's tough on the border. All lies. All lies. But you fell for it and you vote for it because you don't pay attention. That's why we have the mess we have in this country today. Because you don't elect Trumps. You don't elect Eric Deterses. You elect people like Joe Biden and Thomas Massie. Thus the problem we have in this country. All right, Hunter's trial began. They called their first witness. You know what? Hunter, it's all going to turn around to what the jury thinks the time he signed that form, if he was an addict or not. The government feels like they got overwhelming evidence that he was an addict. We'll see. Trump wins all the primaries last night. New Jersey, New Mexico, Montana. There was others. I'm sorry I missed you, but he won them all. Tim Sheehy, a Trump-backed U.S. Senate candidate in Montana, won the Republican primary there. Trump's backed candidate in New Jersey did not win, but we'll see what happens. Bears verdict. $2.2 billion against Roundup got reduced to $400 million. I want to say something about this. This is what's going to happen when we hit medical protective. Then we'll see what happens. All right, a juror was given $120,000 to vote a certain way in a big Minnesota crime trial. Sabrina and Jamie, I ask you, if you were on the jury and somebody gave you $120,000 cash to vote the right way, what would you do?
I knew you were going to ask this. I would have to think about it.
I mean, I'm telling you right now, me in my present state would say no. But if I was an average Joe, that's a hell of a temptation. Hell of a temptation. Would you do, Jamie?
I would say no, but for some people, he's very, very tempting.
I mean, I would understand why somebody would take it.
Well, where's that money going to go? Who's going to get it?
The juror will. Oh, no. Oh, I don't know where the money will go into. You know who will get it? Some dirty cop at the station. Yeah. All right. Fauci admits that the 6 foot just came out of 6 foot. They defended this 6 feet distance forever. Now they're saying they don't know where it just happened. 6 feet. You know what? Let's assume that is true. How does that excuse Fauci? How does that excuse him? It doesn't excuse him. He should make sure something just doesn't happen. Ugh. National polls, Trump's way up on Biden. Let's keep it that way. Matt Gaetz has spent more money with the government reimbursement of expenses than any other congressman. See, this is the phony crap about Matt Gaetz, Thomas Massie, and the rest of them. You know, they act like they're conservatives. No, they're not. Trump up 12% in North Carolina. That's huge. Trump, $141 million raised in May. Rand Paul says he's withholding his endorsement of Trump until blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? Trump's already won Kentucky. He doesn't need Rand Paul's endorsement. Unfreaking believable. What are you going to do, Rand? And support Biden? RFK? I tell you right now, folks, for you, all you folks in Kentucky, I've warned Trump world about this forever. In Kentucky, they don't, even though Trump reversed the state legislature in 2016, it wasn't Matt Bevin, it wasn't the great quality of candidates, it was Trump. 2016, Kentucky took over the legislature. It was all Trump. And despite Trump dominating in Kentucky, and he can decide who's going to be a congressman, who's going to be a senator, and who's going to be governor. He made a mistake on Cameron because Breonna Taylor and the abortion issue. But I'm telling you, he doesn't have friends here. Except me, the Crafts, although they supported DeSantis. I mean, Rand Paul, McConnell, Trump. You know what Trump needs to do? Massey? Nope. Trump needs to pick a team in Kentucky and just get rid of these guys. All right. Ernst's comment is classic. I love this. She said, never trust a man whose uncle's been eaten by a cannibal. I freaking love that comment. All right. Burks admits that there was an attempt to quash that it came from China. I mean, it's unbelievable. Oh, we all paid a price for criticizing these people and censorship, but now they all admit that we were right. It's unbelievable. They're all a bunch of reeky, dizzy-eyed rogues. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, do you know what the first known law was in humanity, human history, civilization? It's called the Code of Hammurabi. One of the bases of the Code of Hammurabi was eye for an eye. You wonder why I support the death penalty in so many things? I don't believe in a culture of death, but what I believe is there are crimes that there is only one justice, and that is death. And I believe that we could stop a lot of crime if we would have such laws. Julian Wood, this 3-year-old little boy right here, just finished preschool, stabbed to death at a Giant Eagle grocery store up in Ohio. Woman in the right-hand corner is the one that did it. Why should that woman not get death? Stabbed to death, a 3-year-old little boy. Sick. All right, this woman right here was found dead in a trash can. So sad. 30-year-old Brittany Moran in a trash can. All right, Jerry Campbell. He is the chief probation officer in Hamilton County. First-degree assault charges at Paycor Stadium at a Bengals game. And then, of course, last night we had another shooting in West End, where there's always a shooting. And then Covington Riverfront's added some developers. This is going to be one hell of a neat development. You know, when you put together what's going on at the banks in Cincinnati, Bellevue, the Ovation, everything is going on. It looks like Covington and downtown Cincy finally has got it all together. It's pretty cool for our region. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.
Hello, Bulldog Nation. Jamie Spindley here with Eric Deters World News. Today's latest headlines. Tragedy struck in Mexico, where the town's female mayor, Yolanda Sanchez, was assassinated just hours after Mexico celebrated the historic election of Claudia Sheinbaum as its first female president. Sanchez had been serving as mayor since September 2021, marking her as the first woman to hold that position in the town. India Prime Minister Modi is poised to be sworn in for a historic third term on June the 8th. This follows a challenging election where his party lost its primary majority, but key allies reaffirmed their support shortly after the results. And in the UK and France, 2 days of memorial events have been held to honour the 80th anniversary of the Normandy landings. King Charles, Queen Camilla and Prime Minister Rishi Sunak are set to attend a ceremony in Portsmouth today. whilst US President has already arrived in France to participate in the remembrance of the Allied invasion of German-occupied France. That's all I have for today. I will be back tomorrow. Cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, American Jerry and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. Well, the Reds 4, Rockies 1. Let's hope they sweep them today. First series they've won there since like 2016 or something crazy. Mavs, Celtics, first game is tonight. Oilers, Panthers, first game is Saturday. So the NBA and the NHL finals. Tiger Woods apparently was shown like a little tipsy playing poker. Everybody's lost their minds. I got to ask you a question. Is Tiger allowed to get a little saucy? I say yes, he's allowed to. Mark Canha, this pitcher from the Padres, formerly the Pittsburgh, banned for life, betting on baseball. And Djokovic had to withdraw. Djokovic isn't a boxer, he's a tennis player. Djokovic had to withdraw from the French Open because of his knee. What am I going to do with my blonde producer? Djokovic is a tennis player, not a UFC fighter. What am I going to do with her? This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, American Jerry and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Pop Culture. Well, Alec Baldwin and Hilaria Baldwin are going to apparently do a reality show. And some people have gone nuts about it. Remember, I compartmentalize. I don't like his politics, but I feel sorry for a lot of crap he has to go through. And he's got a temper like me, so I kind of get that. He's got a beautiful wife, and he has a bunch of kids. The guy can't all be all that bad. I mean, he's having kids. He's not a selfish person. But the bottom line is, people are upset about it. Apparently, he's going to make comments about needing money for his Rust battle. She's apparently going to make fun of herself for the Spanish thing. How come nobody ever lets anybody off the mat, especially when they admit it? I say have your show. Christina Applegate, very sad story. She says she doesn't want to live. Her life is over. She's got so much pain, so much hell from her ALS. MS, excuse me. Thank you, producer, for correcting me. MS. Very sad. Boy, she was so funny and Married with Children. And then she was a great actress. I love the show where she did with Gwyneth Paltrow, where she was a stewardess. I really like that show. All right. This is messed up. This guy had this estate in Indiana, and this can't be true. He was a serial killer. They're claiming now they might have found 10,000 remains. That must be like where there's an Indian battle or something. You know, I mean, seriously. There's no way this guy could have killed and buried 10,000 people.
They say he lured men in.
I know he did, but 10,000? I say these remains must be from a battle or something. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Maybe it's 10,000 fingers.
I don't know, but this is nuts and crazy. I've heard of serial killers, but this guy wins the first place. 10,000? I don't believe it. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.